And we are back. Yes,
Mhm.
thank you once more for joining and tuning in. And so, Caroline, what are your thoughts on the last channeling we just had about the LA fires?
Yes, thank you, Leo, and thank you all for joining us. If you haven't watched the channeling that we just did with Leo on the LA fires, please you can click on the link in the description. And so, how do I feel? First and foremost, I am very surprised that the dragons came through. Uh, in fact, it makes sense because we're speaking about fire, but to be honest, I really didn't think about the dragons. Uh, but when I entered into the channeling state, I could feel I was so hot. I could feel a wave of warmth that lasted few seconds. And I could feel that Ashtar told me or that okay, we are going to open the door and there are the dragons who are here. So I could feel in fact, the warmth of the dragons. Um, and when I took notes, I kind of lost the connection. So it's more difficult for me to catch the dragon frequency. It's more far away or subtle, or it's not as easy as Ashtar. Because Ashtar is my guide, but I don't know about the dragons. And yes, let's say that the dragon's energy is more seems more far away from me. And the interesting thing as well is that when I took notes, I immediately forgot what I was writing, and so I had to open my eyes to stop being in the channeling mode to look at what I wrote, then to re-enter the channeling state and channel. And when I channel Ashtar, it does not happen the same way, meaning that when I write, I am maintaining the channeling state. I am still in the channeling state, but not with the dragons. So I was in the channeling state, but I wasn't able to read while still being in the channeling state. I don't know if it makes sense,
Yes, it makes
if you
sense.
understand what I am trying to say. But so yes, so in fact, I was even surprised, me, Caroline, when I opened my eyes of the things that I wrote, because I immediately forgot what I was writing. And yes, and I think I am completely forgetting what I have just channeled with the dragons. I could feel that at the very beginning, they were angry. I
Mm.
could feel the anger, but also it was an anger, but a peaceful anger, or an anger that is handled. Again, I don't know if it makes sense, but I could feel their anger towards those fires, but they know how to behave, or they can they won't express their anger. They maintain it, and yes,
They
and they
alchemize
want
it.
it to be peaceful. Yes.
Yes, it sounds like they are alchemists, of course, and masters of this. And I could sense that as well when you're channeling them, that it's not that they experience anger the same way we do. They they really see it as energy, as fuel, and they're able to just redirect it or transmute it, alchemize it into to gold, you could say. And I was very surprised when they came through as well. And same thing, it makes sense when they after they came through. It's like, oh yeah, the dragon phone, the dragonkin. Um, but yes, it was a very pleasant surprise, and yes, as well as when you were saying about the sort of being forgetful and I think. it's there's many factors here. You had a long day today. There was many. We're speaking before Caroline and I that um, she just had a long day today, and many sort of energy practices were needed, and and so there's that as well as it's. I think yes, as you're saying the dragonkin, you're not as familiar with them, so
Mhm.
maybe take a little bit more of you of you to channel them but all in all, though, it seemed very smooth, very, as you say, peaceful, gentle. They were very gentle, and yes, very much resonated with with their message.
And I could feel at the end that there was a long message of Ra, and they wanted to interrupt Ra to leave me. I could feel that we want to take leave. We want to get out. We want to go away, and they wanted to go away from me, or that I would. They wanted me to stop channeling them, but they didn't want to be disrespectful for Ra as Ra was talking, and they were not pondering, but at some point I could feel that they were ready to leave my body, um, even though Ra was not over. I mean that if you, Leo, you would have continued charming Ra for a few more minutes, they would have gone away. Uh, and indeed, I feel a very, an intense, not intense, but quite a heavy pressure in the chest. I am quite very tired also. So yes, it required a lot from me. Uh, and I could feel that this pain in the chest came with them and will dissolve. And the more and more and more I was channeling, the more and more I had this pain in the chest that I still have, but I know that it will dissolve in the few next minutes. But I feel very drained, quite tired. And so as for the warmth in my body, I could feel them at the very beginning, even before Ashtar would come through. So I felt this urge of warmth in my body. And when they left, it's just the opening of the door that are very fiery, and in between I'm okay. But yes, I can feel the the heart pressure in my body, in my chest, and so in some ways they wanted to leave to protect me. They could feel that if they would continue, it would not be good for me. Definitely in a very physical, practical way. And so they were very much ready to leave my body if Ra would have continued to speak. And so I could feel that they were very impatient Ra to finish the his paragraph or him talking, you know. Ra was talking and they were there where he should finish soon or and they were quite impatient for that to leave the proper way because again they were ready to go away my body without saying goodbye.
Yes, that's very interesting to know and hear about. It does seem like that, yes, there was just a little too much energy there. And so when you were channeling them, how did you feel their presence within your body?
So at the very beginning, I was very warm. I felt this warmth, this red urge or wave of warmth. And then during the channeling, I felt normal, but I felt this pressure more and more and more and more and more in my chest. And again, when I wrote or after writing, I kind of lost the connection. So I had to re-enter the channeling state again because they are more far. So I also had to focus more, maybe, or and in terms of channeling, I was not channeling the words. I could catch, you know, the not a thought, but one or two words before speaking.
Hmm. And so in terms of the pressure, the chest pressure buildup, if you were looking back on it, if in that moment you felt the chest pressure buildup, do you think you would have been able to relax and sort of depressurize it?
To be honest, I it did not cross my mind because I just tried to. I took some breath, but I didn't relax my body. Uh, I was very focused on the message. I was very focused on not losing the connection and very focused on the trying to catch what they want to say.
Hmm.
Um, and so, yes, probably I was very tense without noticing. That's very, very probable. And also maybe their energies is or very, very strong or stronger than maybe the other time. And or maybe they came closer than the first time. That's one possibility. Or as they were as they were kind of angry, maybe I could feel a little bit more of this energy that they are carrying, because I could really feel that yeah, they were angry at the human, um, yeah, of some humans or humans. And so I don't know. Yeah.
Yes, it seems like it's a mix of all of the above, maybe.
Mm,
Um, but yeah, I think yeah. Well, when you were just explaining that, what came to mind is well, Ashtar sometimes says to you out loud while channeling to relax. He's like, "Relax, dear
mm,
one, relax." And so it does seem like maybe you were straining a bit too much, and you're
mm,
trying to focus like on you're a little maybe so maybe yes, you're a little too worried about
mm,
misspeaking or not catching what they want to say, and so that led to a strain.
mm,
That's just what coming into mind. Hmm.
Yeah, that's very probable. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. How about you, Leo? Can you remember the whole message? And is there something that a topic that stood out?
I can remember the main points. They were addressing our the sort of the most affected, most directly affected by the LA fires. Really sending condolences and healing energies.
Mm,
And then they also spoke about I guess how to redirect the energy from these fires into something more productive, more uplifting, something that will actually bring about great change within our world and our lives. And so yes, I resonate with the whole message. It was very, very great, and I think, and so I hope that those listening as well will receive some healings in that way, as well as upliftment and direction of a very sort of phoenix-like, rebirth-like new opportunities.
Thank you, Leo, for your insights. And I also have another question for you. Did you feel um, some warmth in your body? I know that you did not channel them as you channeled Ra, but
Mm, Now that you ask that, maybe subtly, it's not something that occurred to me. I was very much actually surprised when Ashtar, well, so actually when Ashtar first said there are some guests here, today's guests, I kind of got an inkling then. I think it's like I sensed into, oh, dragons possibly. And then I think yes, they did come through. So we were definitely tuning in there together, and I didn't really sense a warmth. There's more excitement and like, oh yeah, that's great. They're coming through. That makes so much sense. Um, so maybe that's a part of that. That's a part of the warmth in another way. Yes.
yes, All right. Would you like to add something else to you?
No, I think I think I'm good for now in what in terms of what the thoughts that come to mind on our experiences. I suppose just one more time to send out the love and healing energies and soothing energies and joyful energies so that we may best, um, you know, navigate this and process it and come to a better place wherever we at in the world, where however we're um, affected by these fires. And so, yes, we're all in it together.
Mhm. And the only thing I remember from the channeling is that is the message of Ashtar that they are here present. So yes, if you feel not that good, um, then yes, feel free also to call your guides or angels, guardians, angels, or God or whatever names you wish to give. But yes, um, yeah, our guides are very here present to assist us and are obviously very willing to assist us even more. So feel free, of course, to yes to ask them for more support, comfort, help. Um, and I'm sure that you will sense something. I mean, even though it's very subtle, but I'm sure they will make sure that you feel something, even if it's just a music that you will listen to, or I don't know, a specific color or a specific word, or they will make everything they can to soothe your hearts. So yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, we hope that you're all doing good, and we also send our condolences um, to the ones who suffered and who are suffering, of course. Yes.
Yes. So thank you all once more for gathering together in this way. We invite you to watch the channel recording if you haven't. And again, we send our condolences and love to those in the world all affected by this. And we will all gather once more in another video.
Yes.
Bye
See you
bye.
soon. Bye bye.